Hello, everyone, and welcome to Petite to Queen's Claim Your Career Crown podcast. I'm your host, Lynn, and today I'm joined by our wonderful and very patient guest, Ani Papazyan. Today, we're going to be talking about whether you are really doomed to live with chronic pain forever. I have to tell you, I certainly hope not, and that's why we've got Ani here today. For the past 27 years, she has been fortunate enough to use her passion of pain relief to help people get back to living pain-free, empowering them with self-help techniques and tools so they can take control of their health and make informed lifestyle decisions. Ani is a believer that prevention is better than cure, and no one should have to learn to live with pain in the first place. Her thirst for knowledge, finding the root cause of clients' pain, and creating the most personalized plan led her to add medical massage practitioner, certified nutritionist, and advanced translational nutrigenomics practitioner to her bachelor's degree in kinesiology. A fun fact about Ani, she played volleyball for the Armenian national team and was fortunate enough to be chosen to be Janet Jackson's massage therapist at her 1998 and 1999 Velvet Rope World Tour. Oh my goodness. Ani, thank you so much for being so gracious as I really struggled to get through your bio.
Thanks for having me here, Lynn. I love it. You did fantastic, I have to say.
Well, there's nothing like being your authentic self on the show. So thank you. And for everyone who's joined us, thank you for tuning in and listening. And if you are joining us for that very first time, make sure you don't miss Claim Your Career Crown wherever you get your podcast. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you love the show and you love what we're doing, please give us that 5-star rating. We would very much appreciate it. So, Ani, as I was going through your bio, which is absolutely amazing, I really am brought back to, what drove you to pursue all these additional certifications and everything that you've added to your career. What inspired you also to get started on this path?
Well, I love this question because, and a little embarrassing to say, a fear of dead bodies, cadavers, because born and raised, grew up in former Soviet Union in Armenia and went to college. That's where I got my bachelor's in kinesiology and massage. And when my family, we moved to the United States right after I finished college, I reinstated my diploma in the United States. And of course, growing up in a family of engineers, education was a big thing in our family. I didn't even know that college was a choice. Growing up, I thought college was just a continuation of high school. You just had to go. So here I wanted to get my master's to become either physical therapist or a chiropractor. And I went to CSUN, which here they have wonderful physical therapy master's program. I went, they looked at my papers, they said, everything looks great, decide to go for orientation. And when you want to start, it's a 2-year full-time student program. I go to orientation, everything is fantastic until the professor says, and we get 6 new cadavers every year. And I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I'm terrified of dead bodies. I don't even go to funerals. So decided, okay, chiropractor can't happen, physical therapist can't happen. Since I studied massage back home, I'm like, let me look at massage school and let's cross my fingers and hope there are no cadavers involved. And I'm so grateful that they weren't. So I decided to become a massage therapist. Most of the time people get into these healing industries because of a personal journey that they had to learn and heal themselves. So they want to give back. That wasn't my story. Mine was purely because in college I studied medical massage, and medical massage back home in several Soviet Union or several European countries is part of a mainstream medicine. Even until now, some doctors in Russia, to get as a continuing education, they can take medical massage as a continuing education. So the foundation was very geared towards first, medicine, pain relief. And that's when my passion kicked in, because honestly, I get upset at people that they say, oh, living with pain, that's just how it is. Or when the doctor tells you, oh, at your age, it's normal to have that pain. And I'm like, and all I want to just say, no, it's not. If you, maybe I'm not the person for you to help you, but please don't ever give up finding that one person that's going to help you to get out of pain.
Yeah.
And that's how I started.
Yeah. Well, that does sounds like such a passion that you have, is so that people can live pain-free. And with your background and when you are working with people, it sounds like you have a process that you may go through to really assess and then help them progress. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, generally, you come to me for a couple of reasons, because someone told you to come to me. And sometimes people show up at my office and they say, honestly, I don't even know what you do, but so-and-so told me I have to see you because I've had this pain for years, or I've been going to a variety of different doctors, different practitioners, and I still have my pain.
Yeah.
And that's how usually people end up with me. My process to, their finding the solution to their pain is, first of all, finding out what's the root cause. Do you come to me with actual, notes from the doctor? You have the MRI report, scans, and everything, blood tests. So we can see, do you have a diagnosis? I look at it. I don't put 100% what I'm going to do, my action plan based on the diagnosis, because honestly, and I've had experience that I solely put my faith onto their diagnosis, and my treatment plan was completely wrong because the diagnosis initially was wrong.
Yeah.
So I'll take it into consideration, and then I try to do my own almost diagnostic, tests, whatever I need to do to find out what is the root cause. Because two people can come to me with the exact same symptoms, and the root cause of their pain could be completely different, reason. So finding the root cause is essential. Then once you find that, then it's easier to figure out what is the next action steps. Is it a structural issue, their pain? Is it a muscular issue? Or it actually goes deeper into, especially, with our whole thing today is living with chronic pain. Am I doomed to live with chronic pain? So it's your chronic pain. Is it coming from you have digestive issues, you have constipation, or even for people going a little deeper down into, let's find foundationally how my body reacts to my environment based on my genetic makeup. And let's go from there, build my dietary suggestions, build my exercise, how my body works the best based on a genetic report that I have.
Ah, oh, that's quite fascinating. I mean, that's a very unique approach as well to really, as you said, drive to that root cause. And I'm curious now, do people always have to physically come and see you, or do you have a way that you can help people who are literally anywhere?
That's, I'm glad you asked that, because that's usually the questions I get from people that don't live around here. They're like, well, but I'm in different state, how are you going to help me? And I have to say, yes. When you have physical pain, it's not the same when you're not in the office and I don't have my hands, on trying to feel and touch. But depending on the pain, there are so many self-help techniques that I can walk clients through that will help them right away, especially when it comes to, let's say, neck pain that you've been living with. Or if I'm doing genetic testing and analysis, everything is done virtually. You don't have to be here. I don't have to be next to you, which is the beauty of it. You can be anywhere in the country and we can do the report.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So I'm curious as to when you've worked through all these things and as you've built up your business, were there ever anything or times that you felt that you yourself were you were holding yourself back is what I'm trying to say. Things that you needed to look at differently, maybe even how you could help and work with clients virtually. But was there something that you identified that you needed to overcome?
Well, in the December of 2019, I decided to close my clinic down. And because, after like 25 years, it's you either grow or you die. There is no staying the same. So after working pretty much 7 days a week for so many years, I decided, okay, I don't want to see anymore like more patients a day or bring in help. So for me, I thought would be the best thing is to close my clinic, to move literally across the street from where my clinic was, just rent a room at the doctor's office 3 days a week so I can still see patients and try to figure out how to do some of this stuff online. And then of course, COVID came around, and I'm very grateful to the universe that I did close my office when I closed it at the time. But in the last couple of years, yes, it's been a learning, process for me to figure out, because when you're local, people know you, they refer you. Online, there's so much noise. Nobody knows what Ani is, So I'm still going through the process of learning how to differentiate myself, how to get noticed online. And also, online, if you're really good at marketing, putting yourself out there, that's like with the SEO and posting and doing things, you're going to be visible. And I'm trying to learn how to do all that. And my whole thing is, I want to put out whatever self-help stuff I can teach you, you can learn so you can share it with your friends and family. That's why I offer like 30-minute complimentary sessions that anything, even financially, if you cannot afford it, you can get some type of help, and you never know who you can share it with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's beautiful. And you're right there, that was the timing couldn't have been more ideal in many ways. So I'm curious, when you're working with your clients, whether they're physically there or if they're virtual, do you find that there's a common thread about what could hold them back from changing their mindset about their chronic pain, that they actually don't have to live with it anymore, that they can overcome it?
My favorite is when people say, I've tried everything. And this is one of the things I learned from Tony Robbins, when he says, everything, you've tried everything. It's impossible. Because a lot of times people try a couple of things and it didn't work, then they just kind of throw in a towel. So, that's one of the things I ask people when they say, I've tried everything. So I want to know, what is it have you tried? How long have you tried it? We are a society of right away gratification, instant gratification, right? We want our pain to be gone yesterday. Well, especially if you're living with chronic pain, it didn't happen overnight. It took some time. Your body is very resilient. It takes a lot of beating before it says help, gives you the symptoms. So getting rid of that pain, especially if you had it for a long time, it's a process and it takes time. Your body needs some time to go through the changes, to go through the processes. So I, try, that's one of my things, tell the clients, just trust the process. And if I realize that after, let's say 3 to 4 sessions, your pain hasn't budged, not even like 5-10%, then I'll be the one telling you, I'm not the person for you. Let's find someone else. Let's find something else. Let me refer you out to someone else, because I'm not the right person for you.
Yeah, no, I mean, and that's a really, really honorable and the right thing to be doing. And so I like that piece of that same thing. It's like, I've tried that before, or I've tried everything. And sometimes when you've tried it before, it's because, well, it was just sort of generic or cookie cutter. It really wasn't for them and designed for them, or they didn't stay at it. They tried it once or twice and they didn't stay at it for a week or two to get the cumulative effects. So I find that it just makes a lot of sense to me, because I've heard those types of things myself. So I'm curious, for the people who tuned in and are listening, and they have a pain that they are either experienced that's either chronic or that's, come up from a situation. What would be your advice for them for what they could take action on today, tomorrow, or this week?
Well, everyone is so unique, and everyone's pain is very unique. So finding a personalized solution to your pain that's what you should do. You can't go to someone where, like you said, has the cookie cutter approach to everything. Usually our medical system works, the symptoms equals diagnosis equals medication.
Yeah.
But when you go to a lot of the alternative practitioners, that's not how they work. They take every case, every individual as an individual. You are unique. That's why I love the genetic testing and analysis, because even though we are 0.9% the same DNA, but that 1% makes a huge difference. So when I look at your DNA report and find out what genes, what genetic variants you got from your parents, it tells me the whole story. I mean, even without asking you, I'll be able to tell you, you know what, maybe when you're eating food, you gain weight really easy, right? It's hard for you to lose weight. Or when you exercise, do a high intensity exercise today, like you cannot do the same thing tomorrow because you don't recover. Or it takes you a longer time to feel satisfied when you're eating, right? Because by the time you feel like you're satisfied, you're past the point of, oh my God, I'm stuffed. Because your genetic report tells me that, okay, you have genes that, like I personally, the reason I got into genetic testing, just for me to find out, even though I was an athlete most of my life, I've always had difficulty losing weight and keeping it off. And when I did my genetic report, I was like, oh my God, so many aha moments. I'm like, thanks, parents. Thanks for giving me at least 10 genes that makes it so when I eat food, it goes straight to fat, or when I want to lose weight, not happening. So eating healthy and exercising, it's not the only solution that a lot of people think of. It's the detoxification, it's your immune system, it's your oxidative stress, it's your recovery. So we personalize every aspect of your lifestyle to create the most personalized plan for you that's going to give you the fastest, most effective results.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much. And I really appreciate your being able to address that in that broad sense, but still give people hope and a guidepost as to where they could move to go forward. So thank you so much for sharing whether people are really doomed to live with chronic pain forever, Ani. I know that our listeners are going to want to know more about you and where they can find and connect with you.
The best place is to go on my website. It's laststop4, which is a numeric for pain.com. Like it is the last stop for pain. And you can reach out or book a complimentary session there. And I would love to hear from you and hear any questions that I can help you with.
All right. And we'll be sure to include that link right down below. So Ani is just one click away, along with all of her social media links, so that you can connect with her on the platform that works the best for you. Thank you so much. This has been such an informative discussion. And for everyone who joined us, thank you for being here with us. If you have any ideas that you would like to share or comment, you can leave those down below. We love hearing from you. And if you have a question or would like to suggest a topic for discussion, please email us at jointheconversation@petitetoqueen.com. And to stay current on all of our insightful advice, our breakthrough advantages, incredible episodes like the one today with Anna, please sign up for our weekly wisdoms newsletter at petitetoqueen.com. And thank you again for tuning in. And Ani, thank you so much for being here. I am so glad that we had this time to talk about this important topic.
Thank you very much. And I want to end with one of my favorite quotes, where it says, "Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional." It's my absolute favorite quote.